What up, YouTube? Mandy Hops here. Waiting on my St. Louis hat to come in. Shout out to the 314. So, I was watching the Elvis documentary. I actually had to pause it to come in here to do this. Elvis is like one of the number one people in my life. Also, shout out guys, like, share, subscribe. I'm just going to be real with you right now because that's pretty much what I do. I hate to make this a reoccurring theme, but I don't because it's always going to be somewhere. Like I started from here or whatever. And a big part of like the way and the reason I live my life is, you guys, I am a recovering drug addict. I did all except for opiates. Thank God I never liked opiates. I don't like pain pills. I don't like heroin. That shit makes me throw up. It makes me feel like shit. But I like the speed. So I decided to leave St. Louis about 2 years ago to pursue my bartending career, which I've gotten every job in the book except for bartending out here. They said, Mandy, don't go during COVID. Psh, Mandy, unless you know somebody, psh, it's kind of a thing. They were right. But you know my Andreas, I got to learn for myself. So right now I'm working in an ice cream shop. $3 million menu writer back home at a restaurant. And I'm fucking serving up ice cream to all your shitheel friends when they come to Vegas. But nevertheless, it's got benefits. It's $15 an hour in tips, and it's a job. I don't want a job. Like, I want a job. Like, I want a passion. But when you follow your dreams and you're all on your own, basically, I mean, I got some, y'all know who's got my back, but like, sometimes you gotta do some weird shit to follow your dreams, right? And so Elvis has always been like a huge inspirational person to me. One, because he's hot. Two, because he's awesome. Three, because like I grew up in the country on like a gravel road out in Missouri before I moved to St. Louis. I moved to St. Louis in 6th grade. I've been there ever since. So shout out to the, I was gonna say the Lou, but nobody says that. But like in the Lou, everybody has a Nelly story. And I do, but he's a turd. But no, I have an Elvis story. So like my mom and dad got us a VCR and we would record Elvis movies. G.I. Blues, Kissing Cousins, Jailhouse Rock, right? Like all these movies. And they didn't give me a bike till I was 10. My parents were fucked up on drugs when I was younger, you know. And even if they did, it was a gravel road. And I wasn't allowed to go anywhere or have anybody over. So I was always super isolated and watching TV. And I always thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could pick what you wanted to watch on TV, like whenever you wanted? Hello, YouTube. So even if I wanted to ride a bike that I got at 10, which by the way, I was so fat the first time it happened that my fucking training wheels spread out. My parents didn't like Coke. My dad had 3 heart attacks. He stopped. My mom was mostly a meth head. But she did the Coke too. She said she like prayed to God one day and threw it in the trash and never did it again, you know. But I remember them having 3-day parties, and I even remember getting my bike. It was the only present I ever cried about because I was like the last kid to get a bike at like 10 years old, and they couldn't even show me how to ride it. Like, my mom's like, "Here's $20," because they were in the middle of one of their 3-day poker games. We all know what that means, and bummer. But anyway, moving on. So I'm watching this documentary on Elvis, who I'm obsessed with, because I used to fucking watch all these movies over and over on VHS because we couldn't get cable. We were in the middle of nowhere. You couldn't even get satellite. I grew up next to a cow farm. So I'm just setting the stage, guys. So I moved away from St. Louis to give myself better opportunities as a bartender and just as a human being and like try some shit, like, you know? And true. It's not been the easiest course, but I wouldn't change anything for anything. But I was watching this thing on Elvis, and it's really like, it makes you feel weird. Like, first when I saw the thing on Meek Mill, and that guy was a kid, but then when I see the thing on Elvis died when he was 42 and 40. They said Elvis was 220 pounds, which is obese. And here's what's funny, is last time I weighed myself, back when I was with Tunnel Guy, I had grown to 220 pounds because I was unemployed. But post Tunnel Guy, not fucking around with anything. And Vicky Lynn was right. Dude, I weighed myself. I was 242 pounds. Was the first time I weighed myself in like 2 months. So I'd gained like 22 pounds in a month. I've gained 100 pounds in a year before. Like, I can gain easy. So I was like, whoa. And I actually pull it off pretty well, like, for my size. Like, it's all proportionate. It's not like all in one place. And I'm 6 foot tall anyway, but still, guys, still. So that's what I thought I was. And then I went to give plasma, and that's what they weighed me at. I was like, okay. So I've been doing this 30-day workout plan, and I've been doing it every day, and I'm drinking kombucha, and I'm working out, and like, I'm kicking ass. Like, I've never actually, I don't remember the last time I worked out 5 days in a row. Maybe I was 17. I've lost 5 pounds in 3 days, and I'm just going to keep it going, and I feel healthier, and I'm completely off drugs, except for weed and alcohol. And I don't have any of those influences around me in my life. And yeah, I come back. I feel like, I'm not trying to Debbie down anything, but I feel like I would be fake if I weren't telling you guys this and like being real, because there are a lot of people that struggle with addiction that look up to me and like watch me, or else watch me and they're like, don't let me be like that. Whatever works for you, boo. Like, you watch me how you watch me. Watch me. Like, but no, they were like, he likes Southern food. Y'all know how I cook. And they said he was 42 years old. Also, another reason this comes up is my friend from St. Louis had come into town. Literally every single friend I have from St. Louis in the last 2 years since I left has died. One's in prison. One is methed out of his mind. The rest are dead. Every single fucking one of them. Every one of them. I'm so glad I got out of there. It breaks my heart. You guys know how hard it is to have no tight family or no friends and be in a weird fucking city trying to get yourself off drugs on your own? Because, like, who can afford rehab? Nobody. You know, that's like, if you can afford rehab, you can afford drugs, bitch. That's what I always say. And it's really hard. And you guys have seen me struggle, and I don't mind showing you the mess of my ups and downs, because that's what I'm here for. Like, my life is an open book. I don't care who judges me. Maybe this will help somebody. I know I help people. People reach out to me from all over the world. They help me. I help them. I didn't like have to have meth. Like, meth isn't one of those drugs like where you'll get sick. I mean, you can actually. I didn't learn that until I was leaving here. Right at the end to St. Louis, like, my boy's like, you're going to withdraw. I was like, off meth? Like, what is it? Like 2 days? You see? No, like, I felt like wet blankets were on me. Like, my emotions were crazy. I haven't had that since like St. Louis. And the meth out here is garbage. And I don't smoke it. I've got great teeth. And like, it's like, I sniff it. A lot of people don't do that. They're pussies. I don't fucking inject shit. It just fucks up your life. Like, especially out here, I don't know why they do it, because it's garbage. Like, back home, you could, like, you might be fucked up, but you'll build a shed in the meantime. Out here, like, it's just, like, you hallucinate, and it sucks. So anyway, Elvis died at 42 and 40. He was obese at 220 pounds. I lost 5 pounds in 3 days. I'm going on with my exercise program. I'm staying positive. I'm drinking kombucha. I'm eating fruits. I'm doing this on my own. And I lost 5 pounds in 3 days, and I'm gonna keep it going. Like, even if I start to put some garbage in my mouth, like, I feel bad. And I'm not gonna do drugs because I can get drugged. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. When I came out here, I didn't want to do that shit. But the curiosity killed the cat. I heard about the West Coast meth and all that shit. Like, it's not that shit anymore. Not that Mexican ice that, like, everybody hears about on TV. It's not. It's garbage. It's garbage, dude. I actually had a street kid friend of mine try to sell me some guns and some vape pens, which I don't really do either of those. I'm not a fan, so I passed. And he's a sweetheart, but like he said, his friend, the only thing he does is meth, and he got drug tested and everything in his pee, including mostly the date rape drug, but there was no meth in it. It's so like normally you hallucinate because you stay up for like 2 or 3 days and like, you know, shadow people. I don't know if you guys know about it. If not, Google it. I don't have time for all that. But like, you hallucinate like 3 hours in. You haven't built a shed. You haven't cleaned your dishes. Like, what kind of garbage is this? I always used it. Okay, so they're talking about how Elvis died on the bathroom. My friend from St. Louis told me he OD'd on the toilet. And I said, like, Elvis. So it like hit. And I sent him this video. He was just here a week ago. Check out our live. He was in a big famous band, and like, dude, for so long I had to do so much on my own. I was doing 160 milligrams of Adderall a day with no prescription. That's a lot. Like, my eyes would black out. You'd see stars. Like, but I had to do it to keep going. And like, I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is like Hooters with like leggings, and I would wear 2 bras on top of my big titties, and I would wear like the tightening things. Like, what do we call those? I don't know. Just like, dude, like, just to make my money. And you know, it was a look-based job, and I had so much on my plate that I had to do this to keep performing, to keep performing, to keep taking my money, to pay my bills, to work, to work, to work, to work. And it's very common in the service and bar industry, which has been my whole life. I've had 1 Adderall since I've been in Vegas in 2.5 years. I'm very proud. I used to do it every fucking day, like tons of it. And boy, did it cost me. It cost me a lot of things. It gave me headaches. It made me short. I didn't. It lowered my libido. Between that and the Xanax, I would also illegally buy Xanax to like level it out, and then hype myself back up with Adderall in the morning and some techno, and then do some Xanax, and like it was just. But that's how I needed to survive. And then you watch Elvis, and Elvis is like doing all these drugs because he feels like, and he's eating shitty like me, and he's sleeping shitty, and he's drinking, and he's doing it because that's how he needs to do it to make his money, because working out sucks, right? Elvis died 2 years older than me in the bathroom. Like, my friend almost died. Like, I have like him left, breakfast guy. I Moon guy that like almost like did OD in the bathroom. Moon guy. And then I have Hart, who's in prison. Everybody else is dead. And those were like my tight circle. Like, you know, like those weren't like acquaintances. These were people like I spent like every like day of my life with that I loved. So, and honestly, the one in prison was the one that encouraged me to get out of here the most. He said, don't. And I'm glad he did. But my best friend died in his presence when I left, which is also Breakfast Guy's brother. But he said, don't let that stop you, man. You get the fuck out of here. You're dealing with a bunch of fucking Hoosiers that never spent a day outside of their life in fucking Fenton. Get the fuck out. And I'm like the only one alive. It is so hard. I'm estranged from my family mostly. Not because I did anything shitty, because they're all fucking wild out, crazy, great whites of West Virginia type country fucking weirdos. Seriously, they're fucking weird, dude. Like, if I had a sister that lived anywhere cool, like, I'd be like, I'm gonna sleep on your hammock tonight, because, like, I'm living out here. These bitches ain't tried to see like, they are such lames. And just, they're so dumb, they don't even know better. They're just, like, hicks that have, like, this kind of box life. I do talk to my mom and my dad. And me and my mom, don't get me started on that, but, like, we're cool for the second. But it definitely makes me think a lot about my life. Like, it's so hard right now. I'm cutting back on alcohol, getting up every day, working out. But it's so great. It's so great. It's sad I don't have anybody to share it with. I mean, you guys know how fucked up I was you know, whenever. So I have to come back at you and like let you know what's going on. I don't like doing these mushy videos all the time, but we're not just gonna put baby in the corner. Like, we got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it. So I'm clean, I'm clean, and every time I say I'm never gonna do it again, that opens up a gateway. So I'm not gonna say that. But I don't want to do it. I don't even like. I started to eat a hot dog today because it was like free. It's the Nathan's hot dog, all beef, but from a casino. But either way, I was like, I just felt like I was putting such garbage in my body. I was like, you gotta cut it. Um, you know, I, you guys judge me. Judge me how you want. You guys say, oh, you guys are with these. You're with these losers. You're with these homeless guys. You're with. I see things in them that you guys don't see. Maybe I see little bits of myself. Maybe I see bits of how I grew up with my family. And I try to give them a chance. And you guys have been right. It's absolutely backfired. It is not panned out for me, except for making me stronger, teaching me more lessons. It's not that I'm naive. It's like, I wish I had somebody that could say, hey, come stay with me for a month. It's cool. Like, I'll take care of you. Like, don't worry about bills. Like, I'll help you. Like, I'll help you get a job. I'll help you get a bank account. I am that person. Like, but my street friend Jay, as he said, like, oh, what are you going to save them? Like, you're the one? Like, you're so. When he said that to me, it was like, light bulb. But I still try. Because if I only had somebody like that, like, dude, I wish I had a life. I wish I just had a friend that was like, let's go walking on Wednesdays. Let's go eat lunch on Fridays. Let's not do drugs. Let's hype each other up. But I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. You guys like support me and hype me up a lot, but dude, just watching this Elvis documentary, and then my best friend Brian died, and I'm going to be getting an Elvis TCB, taking care of business tattoo, like he had on his Cadillacs, with his ashes in it. That's the plan. That's the plan. So I am doing good, guys. Per se. Like, I mean, like, I have a job, I am off drugs, I am away from bad influences, but it's hard. So I'm just coming on here because, like, anybody that says it's like easy, and anybody that can talk shit on me for what they want, you know, anybody can. Like, my channel is transparent. What you see is what you get. All right. And if I try to help anybody I can. Anybody that DMs me or talks to me, like, I try to reach out to everybody and take it on, like, realistically, because there have been YouTubers that have literally changed my life. Like, literally, the course of my life. And if I can literally help somebody change the course of their life, like, in a good way, then I'm all for that. And there's been people on my channel that has literally changed the course of my life in a great way. I'm not trying to be depressed, but it just hit. Like, I'm 235. I lost 5 pounds in 3 days. I'm going to keep it going. I'm on a 30-day, everyday workout plan. I've never worked out, like, from what I can remember, 5 days in a row. And it's just, like, I don't even, anything I put, like, that's, like, toxic around me, like, it just makes me, like, bleh. Like, I don't even, and I mean, like, food. I don't smoke cigarettes, I smoke weed. That's not going to stop, period. And then, but I'm not even, like, a big pothead. Like, I smoke it here and there. I don't want to smoke it before work. Like, it just makes you tired. But, like, at home and stuff. And, I've cut back on my drinking a lot. But I still drink more than, most pirates. So, I just want to say, guys, like, if you feel like I do, you're not alone. And thank you guys for being on my journey. You can start back 2 years ago. You can watch the whole thing. You'll tell when I'm messed up and I'm not. And I've always told the truth on my channel. So I don't know. I guess I was just so moved during the Elvis thing to like come on here. I don't even, if you guys are still with me, shout out to you. Shout out to you. I need to go back and finish my Elvis documentary. Spoiler alert, Elvis dies. All right? Just so you know. But I love you guys, and thanks for being a part of my channel and watching my journey and sticking with my crazy emotions. Like, this is why I got them. You're watching like rehab at its best. Like, fuck intervention. I wish I had a group of people that would come around and care enough about me and put me in a van and send me to some fucking Malibu place where I could lay up and then I could just not worry about anything. But luckily I never let my shit get so bad that I have like an 8 point whatever 80 credit score. Like, and I've like never had a late bill, and like I've been an addict since I was like 20. I've never like done anything like shady for drugs. I've never fucking like, well, that could be like not like sexually or anything, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't even know where I went with that, but like, I've never stolen. I've never like, you know, I might have slacked off. I might have came into work a little fucked up on accident 2 days later because I'd been up for like 4 days. But other than that, like, I always pretty much kept my shit in control. And, like, so I'm trying to keep momentum, guys. And I'm doing this because I just watched this documentary that I'm in the middle of. And, oh, by the way, the Elvis story real quick with my dad. So my dad's best friend, he used to own this place. And they just sold it in the last couple of years. It's sad. Like, my dad and all his friends lost their money. And they were, like, tycoons. They were tycoons. And now they're like old broke guys, and it's so sad. And so it was like 3 buildings. It was called Poppy's. It was like an Italian restaurant. Anytime we had a celebration, like made good report cards in school where we went to Poppy's. And then it was a club, and it was a bowling alley, like 3 different buildings connected. Welcome to the country. But it was the shits. And he wound up selling it all. He went through a divorce. My dad helped him out, like selling it. My dad's a banker. And Elvis asked if like he could play there one night. He like came into town and they let him play, and Elvis played there. That was my Elvis story. That I'm getting a tattoo, and then I don't know. There's a couple others sporadically through my things, but when they're like Elvis was obese, he was 220. I'm like, dude, I'm 235, and I think I look pretty fucking sexy. You guys see my videos? Like, I don't hide anything. And I'm working at it, but I'm like, my friend almost died on the toilet. He's 8 years older than me. And then, like, dude, that could have been me. That could have been. I have, like, 2.5 friends left that are alive. I don't know why I said 0.5. But you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a harsh reality. And I'm not getting younger. I don't feel like I'm 40. And yeah, you little fuckers that like to say, oh, you're 40, wearing a backwards hat. I'm going to be fucking wearing a backwards hat till I die, so go fuck yourselves. All right? Thank you guys for coming to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Sorry it got so deep, but I feel like I do have to have these videos in between my other videos because I got to keep it real. And I'm sure, like, anybody that's been paying attention for the last, like, 2 years is like, okay, so what just happened? Like, we just going to not talk about it? No, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, I love you guys. Deuces.